皆さんこんにちは。キングダムカムやっていきますよ。ちょっと待って、ループバックがでかい。くしゃみでそう。なんで普段からさ、配信開始をした後にさ、くしゃみ出そうになるの普通にくしゃみ出そうになるんだけど。なんだっけ、昨日の続きなんだけど、昨日は、そうそう。ノイホフっていうところでね、なんか、悪い奴らが襲撃する事件があって、その事件の犯人を追って、なんかいろいろ調べてると、その、ウズヒッツっていう町にその犯人が逃げたみたいな感じの話になって、で、今ウズヒッツに来たところだね。あ、スタークロスさん、ハロー Thank you! で、そのなんかね、足を引きずってる男をね、探すみたいな感じ。なんだこいつ。なんだお前。I'm the first, yes!
Is that all you got? You showed him. And did you get the loot back?
彼何も持ってなかったですよ。
He had nothing on him.
Nothing? How come?
Are you trying to imply something?
Not at all, sir. I'll just be on my way. And just so you know, I'm no pinch burst. Here's a small reward.
ありがとう。何もなかった。
ショアーキやキラリュウさん、コングへ。今日は寝ないで来れたわ。
アクセルさん、こんにちは。チェクイトありがとう。パチミルさん、コングへ。チェクイトありがとう。今日は寝ないで来れた。よいしょ。寝る場所確保しよう。
Good health to you.
寝る場所が欲しいんです。
Certainly. For how long?
長期で。
How about if I pay you for several?
Sure, but let.
いいよ。200
ショアー
ポチ
キやキラリ
払ってやるよ。
ュウさん、昨日
You all
は
like it here.
一番にコメ欄で待機して寝落ちしたわ。
ね。最初に待機してくれてたよね。
I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
What would you want with him? Well, it's no skin off my nose. The bastard has a cottage on the edge of the village by the road to Ratai. God be with you.
アンディー、こんにちは。ありがとう。今日はね、その、ノイホフっていう町を襲撃したね、不届き者たちをね、探して、ここまで来てます。ちょうど頭装備ないし、これ買うとか。今パクったやつ。山賊しょぼい服しか着てねえな。 たけど、そんな大していらない。もう銀の指輪だって、初めて見るわ。これ装備できんのかな？装備できる。カリスマが上がるのか？てか今カリスマ2しかないんだけど、なんでカリスマ低く。なんか、そんな評判下がるようなことしたっけもうね、ヘンリー君悪いことしてもね、割が合わないぐらいにね、強くなりすぎちゃって、気まぐれに悪いことしてるよ。どこにいるんだ？意外と、そのクエストが全然進んでないことに気づいたから、
ショアキやキラリュウさん、釣りして、闘技場で壁はめして、賭け事してる人にカリスマとは
メインクエスト
八神進とさん、コング
全然進めてない。
ドゥーイング。
ほんとでも壁はめ強いからね。はいさん、コングへ来てくれてありがとう。How are you doing? How are you doing? なんか、人だかりができとる。
八神進とさん、調子はどうだい？はい。
調子はどうだいってことか。
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanish's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
ショアキやキラリュウさん、見てもんじゃねえぞ。チルチル。
And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around
そうじゃな
here.
いぞ、チチ。
What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh.
殺されてる
All
のしか
that's
し。
left of him.
黒。黒。
Sakura. Nothing's ever easy.
思いがける
We'll
黒。
have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
ショアキやキラリュウさん、
You can take this
盗
mess
賊
off
に
my hands
人
and
殺し
welcome to it.
ヘンリーのことかな。
As for what else
ヘ
there
ンリ
is
ー
to find
は
out, I don't
金
know.
のために殺しはやる
Look
け
and
ど、
ask
金
all you like.
八神進とさん、片足のポルシェって見えて、二度見したら互い勝った。
のために殺しはやるけど、その、快楽のために殺しはやらないよ。
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Has he been up to anything suspicious?
突然サイコパスな殺し方をされてるとは思わんかった。
The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now. And nobody saw or
八神
heard
進とさん、
anything.
ヘンリー、ひどい現場だが、
I don't
こ
know
の
how
星
they
の
could
缶コー
gut
ヒー
him
はう
like
まい
that。without someone hearing him scream.
Another thing about Lubosh.
なもんか。
God save. How may I help?
I've come in the name of Sahanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know how I can help you, but ask if you must.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his way.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time, and then yesterday he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest. I never saw him do that before. Probably had a bad conscience.
Do you know what Lubosh was
村
doing the day
上、そう
Neuhof
高
was
橋さん、
raided?
スパチャ来て
I
ますよ
don't。think he was home. I didn't see him all day.
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or
村上
friends?
さん、こんにち
As far as
は
I。
チェック
know,
ってありが
he had
とう。
nobody at all in this world.
That's all.
なもんか。
May the Lord watch over
現場見ないといけないのかな。
I'm at your service.
I've come in the name.
I don't know anything.
一応進展があったし、
I didn't really.
スピーチレベラリングのために喋るだけ
増田、
喋る
増田さ
か。
ん、5CH から来ました。
Do you know what?
I was He looked like he was
Do you know anyone?
not with it.
あ、増田さん、こんにちは。チェックってありがとう。
Thank you.
こっちゃんから来ました。マジか。
八神進とさん、霊探偵ヘンリーの出番が。
ね。
God save. How may
I've come in the name.
ask away?
Who was this?
とりあえず、レベリングのためだけに話しかける。
HEN チャンネルさん、こんにちは。
ヘイさん、こんにちは。チェックってありがとう。あ
He was a
あ。
drunkard.
That's all.
Take care.
八神進とさん、倍速処理しないと。
I've come. That.
この白い選択肢を
ショアや、キラリュウさん、じわじわと増えとる。
Do you?
白い選択肢で喋るだけで
God be with you.
会話のレベルが上がるっていうね。仕様だから喋りかけないとね。
I've come in the. That's all.
で村人ごとになんか答える内容が決まってるみたいで、複数あるんだけど、少ないパターンの中から選択されるみたい
Who
な
was?
感じらしいね。
Do you know?
カチカチカチ。
That's all.
カチカチカチ。
Take care.
ニョリリスさん、こんにちはにゃ、頑張ってください
I'm
にゃ。
at your service.
エリさん、こんにちは。チェック
I've come in the name of Sahanish of Lipa. That. Have you? Do you know?
このスピーチレベリング。
Do you? That's all.
Take care now.
ちょっと人多いな。やめるか。めんどくさくなってきたわ。ひどい。調べるが出ないな。解散した。 計算したわ。そろそろ帰っていこう。とりあえず、行ってみるか。サイと話す。他の部屋見てみるか。操作には必要なことなので、ちょっと漁ってみましょうか。特にこれといったものはない。よし。どこだ。お。なんか入ってるか。ろくなもん入ってんじゃん。包帯ぐらい割っとくか。特にこれといったものはありませんでした。村人普通に帰ってったけど。お前んちなの？お前んちなのか？あれ？あなた親族なの？あなた親族なんですかね？服のこと言われたわ。危なかった。もうちょっとタイミング遅いと盗みを見られるとこだったわ。紹介どっちだ？時間的にあれじゃない？ワンチャンあれがあるんじゃ。夜になっちゃってしまってるパターンがあるのでは。これ
アス
かな？
パラブルさん応援しとるで。
これか？この人か？すごいなんかハゲが練習しとる。神父が剣の練習しとる。アスパラブルさん。応援しとるってありがとう。ちょっと待ってください。外で剣術の練習をしていたのを見た。
Father, didn't I see you outside practicing swordplay? I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a
本
stick.
当だよ。
I practiced with a stick. A reminder of my youth and days gone by, and it helps keep me in good form.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh?
ガ
What
チ
was he
扱
like?
いしてくん
A
の？
bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
ANO、あーさん、何時で連立すんのやめてくれ。
Did
ア
you
ンゲー
notice
ジ連
anything
立されてん
suspicious
の？
recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know
後
what
継
to
ひ
do
と夏
about
の
it,
さ
and
ん、何
sometimes
時
they
であ
do
なたが
stupid
売
things.
名されてますけ
That's
ど
really
認知
not a
し
lot
て
of
いま
help
す
to
か
you, Father.
そうな
I'm
ん
sorry to
だ。
hear that.
ANO、
Do you
あ
know
ーさ
what
ん、
Lubosh
本
was
当
doing
迷
on the
惑。
day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know.
澤さん、
And
豆
I'd
腐
like
さ
to
んす
help
こ
you。with your investigation.
豆腐さんって誰だろ
But I
う？
can't.
あの豆腐さんかな？
What?
ショアーキやキラリュウ
I'm
さん、
bound
ま
by
た勝
certain
手にやら
vows
れ
that
てるんか。
forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son, and one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
ANO、あーさん、聞く気のない
Father,
大仕
surely you
事や
can't
な
be。serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
力ずくで聞き出してやりましょう。
I've got no time for this. You might be happy to put people's lives at risk, but I refuse to, and I'll get that confession out of you by force if I have to.
You're threatening
失
me.
敗した。
You want to fight me? Well, I never. Well, why not? Let's have at it.
ちょっと
All
な
right,
バット
let's
来い
do it.
May the Lord watch over you.
Ow! Ah!
なこれクリンチハミで終わりそうだな。終わった。まだ話あるんだが。
Well, I have to admit you're good. I'm getting too old for this.
八神進とさん、
Either way,
結局暴力
I
じゃ
think
ねえ
you'll
か。
get
ほ
confessional
ら、
secrets out of me with your fists.
いや、暴
You're
力使い
badly
すぎてさ、
mistaken, boy. You can hammer
暴
me
力
to
が一
death
番
if you
強い
like.
んだよな。
But the sanctity of the confession is unbreakable. I do want to help you, though. So come to the tavern in the evening, and maybe we'll come up with something.
夕暮れの酒場に来
正
なさいだって
明明流。さん、やはり暴力。
暴力は基本。
HEN チャンネルさん、暴力は全てを解決する。
他のパラメータが低すぎてさ、どつき回す以外に解決法がないんだよな。確かね、今待たないといけないから、夕方まで。夕方に会うんだけど、ここにね、うずひついね、文字を読むスキルを教えてくれる人がいるんだよ。それに行きたい。どこだ？ここかな？ここっぽいな。この人かな？
My respects to you.
The parish priest here in Ujius, he's a peculiar sort of cleric. I noticed he's quite handy with a sword.
He is indeed. He's as hard as nails. More than once he's intervened in a brawl in the tavern and sat everyone on their asses. It's not to be taken lightly.
I doubt he acquired those skills at the
Seeking them.
seminary.
You know how it goes. The nobles send their youngest sons to study for the priesthood, and our parish priest has blue blood in him. He probably learned to fight at home before he went to university. That's how it goes with those aristocrats. But I heard something happened and he was roving the world for a while. Don't know what he got up to though. God be with you.
君じゃないのか。前か教えてくれんの。
Good health to you.
文字教えてくれ
I'd
る。
like to learn to read.
You?
いい感じ
You
のゲ
don't
レンネ
look
さん、
like the
うんち
makings
ぶ
of a
り。
priest or clerk.
いい感じのジェジェンネさんって前も来てなかったっけ？
Bear in mind, it won't be all that easy. You'll need plenty of time and a few groschen for my trouble.
All right. I don't want to waste time. We can get started. The sooner I master it, the better.
Very well. I will require some groschen from you, though, and set aside at least a couple of days so I...
Here are your groschen.
50。安い。
Then we may as well start. No. He did break his vow, but better than to dishonor it here. May he follow his...
そんな数日で文字読めるようになるもんなの。事件をおっぽりかして出した事件で文字を
It's time we were getting on.
勉強し始めたけど。
So, let's see you read a bit. There's a book here on the table. Try to read it.
Will I manage?
You ought to be able to. It's a simple text. Come back once you've worked your way through it.
八神進とさん、ヘンリーはどこに向かってるんだ。わら。
ね。微妙にまだ読めてないの。 微妙にまだ読めてねえぞ。
I've read the
読み終わ
book.
りました。
Wonderful. So tell me, what have you learned?
ある人とガチャの
There
話で
was
した。
something about some fellow and a goose.
Ah, well, the main thing is you've managed to read the book. The rest is just practice. Only through a careful reading will you uncover the real meaning of the text. No book is written on a mere whim and without purpose. Like I told you, books are valuable, and the words that you place in them ought to be no less so.
Does that mean that I can read then?
Yes, you have the foundation. Remember, my boy, the pen is mightier than the sword. To fully learn your way around words will take a lot more reading yet. Now we'll move on to the second lesson, which will be much harder. Many books are written in Latin, the language of erudite and religious men. If you really want to be able to read, there's no getting away from Latin. There's a book on the table with some text. Read it and then come back. You need not understand it, but you should master the letters.
I only just managed the fable about the goose, and now you're asking me to tackle
教えてくれ
Latin.
るぞ、この人。
You're a clever lad. You'll manage.
何書いてるか全然わからんわ。これで本を読むスキルをゲットしたわけですね。
I read the page.
So tell me, Distrupule, what's written there?
わからん。どれだ？
Nullus est liber tam malus, ut non alique parte prosit.
Good heavens! Don't tell me you haven't had lessons before.
なんか知らんけど当たったらしい。
Well, there's nothing more I can teach you. Congratulations. You can go and be ordained right away.
Thank you, Domine. I'm feeling a lot wiser.
なんか知らんけど消えたらしいぞ。
May the Lord watch over.
あー、これで本売ってんのか、この人が。買えるっちゃ買えるけどな。どうしようかな。これだけクソだけ。まあ、また今度でいっか。ヘンディ君、本読めるようになりました。で、酒場はどこですか？
八神進人さん、やったぜ。
やっぱ本読めるってすごいよね、この時代に。中世の時代に。
Holy blood. Why would they kidnap some stable hand?
True enough, but it still don't make sense to me. Why would a quiet lad like that throw his lot in with that spawn of Satan? For sure there's something else behind it.
なんか喋ってん
I
な。
don't know about that.
まだ来てないっぽい。一人やんけ。
The blessings of our Lord be.
And with you, lad. Take it.
Got it for you right here.
誰この女性は。ボコボコにしてすまんな。
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
かり使いました。
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages.
なんかヘンリー君あんましこのことについて話したくないって毎回言ってるけど、ペラペラ喋るからさ、なんかこうメンヘラかまってちゃんみたいになってる。
May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanush to send that old grouch Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujits, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing.
ジュンさんこんにちは。来てくれてありがとう。
Folks here about are saying all kinds of
嬉し
terrible
いね。
but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
エクササイズって言ってるの聞こえた。
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
はい。
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't
あ
stop
ん
them.
まし
Chin up,
教
lad.
会に行った
I
り
might have a
する
solution.
What?
文化が私にはないか
If I
ら、
tell you what Lubosh told
そん
me,
な感じなんだって
I'd
感
be
じだね。
betraying the confessional secret. But first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word
そ
of
の朝
honor?
一番。朝一
On
番。
my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd
矢
soon be
神
preaching
進
to
と
an
さん
empty
困っ
church.
たらお宅訪問してるから。
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock
Sorry.
about?
It has to be something topical, condemning vices, and of course describing them in detail. A tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days, and stories from real life with a nice moral to them are popular as well, especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church, the lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticizes the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste.
He
If he got out of
柳進さん、
Prague
ヘン
and
リー
came
君
here
う
for
と
a
うとしてな
look,
い。
I'm sure
Voilà.
he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
Do you like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose?
MR、とし
We
き
have
さ
a
ん、
drink,
かわいい
of
ひし
course.
形さん今後や。高評価も、今日もかわいいですね。
Ah, that sounds like a
トシ
good
さん、あり
plan.
がとう。
I knew you wouldn't let me
かっこ
down.
いい。だいぶ自由な神父さんだな。なんか歌い始めたぞ。ちょいちょい流れてる曲だよね。フィールドで流れてる曲。歌詞付きなのは初めてだわ。ヘンリー君が少年のようだわ。
Enough of this! Bailiff! Come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
八神進さん、
So,
なんだ
I'll
これ。
have you all
わら。
whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can ride is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out. Oh.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
マジか。そう、展開面白すぎだろ。酔ってる状態で喧嘩すんのか。他の客お構いなし。
You'll get what for.
これで終わり？バグってる人がいるな。関係ないやつどついてないかこいつ。普通の村人どつき出したぞ。関係ない人がなんか混ざってなかった今。チョルノブル。はい。ピッチングしてるぞこいつ。こいつピッチングしてるぞ。
Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, you're a buffoon.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
迷惑な酔っ払いどもだな。
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody oath. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin,
ちょっとこれはこれはまずいでしょ。これはまずいですよ。バンされてしまうよ。まずいです。今ヘンリー君の上にお嬢さんが乗っております。はい。
MR、としきさん、センシティブな場面も草。
ね。何してんだこいつ。
ショアーキやキラリュウさん、新しい実況スタイル。八神進人さん、どうしてこうなった？
なんだこのシーンは。
HEN チャンネルさん、これは
これはまずいですよ。
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... what the...
ショアーキやキラリュウさん、ご飯中に吐くところを見せられてしまった。
Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. My poor suffering stomach. What was that woman on about? Wait, before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Oh. Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. You're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you, but...
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
ビジョンボーイさん、コングへ。こうなったらもうこれしかない。
I'm not. It's a
馬術だ。
perfect plan. It's
非常
flawless.
さん、今回言ってくれてありがとう。来たね。
How about this? If you help me with this,
馬術
I'll
だ。
tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
すごい、ほんとどんちゃん騒ぎだよ。すごいあれだな。
MR、としきさん、わらわら。
So all at once the confessional seal isn't so sacred?
Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance.
We'll never get away with it.
Not if you make a hash of it.
Well, all right. But I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can
ヘンリ
I.
ー君、ひげ生えてきてる
What
も
do
し
you
か
want
し
me
て。
to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
時間制限があるっぽいよな。評判低価値だったんですけど。絶対死ぬほど酒臭いだろうな。
Never show up. The swill pole. Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You won't wake him, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God. Any minute now he'll throw up.
ビジョンボーンさん、目標を。完了の表示。ネタバレやろうかな。
Guess I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas ad veneribiles a manus suas. Hoc facite in meam commemorationem.
ビジョンボーンさん、おい。
Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who's here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will puke first.
どっちが先に吐くかな覚えてねえんだよな。パラメータ的にはこっちの方が良さそうなんだよな。
Greetings, brothers and sisters in Christ. I am here to tell you about Mother Church and to show you through my words how she is falling into decay and abandon, how the once great mother of all Christians is losing her dignity and trading in souls like the merchants in the temple. But I am digressing.
That whelp wants to preach about the church.
Just as we are commanded to obey the priests in matters of virtue,
時間制限あ
so
った
are
ん
we
か。
commanded to defy them face to face if they live contrary to God's commandments.
Hear that, Godwin?
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on
武
earth
力の選
that
択
has
肢が出て
brought
きた瞬間に
misfortune
も
on our
う
heads.
それを選ぶ。
Plague, humans, hunger, and chaos. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
ビジョンボーンさん、そんなに力強く喋って大丈夫かヘンリ
Those who should
ー
lead
君
with
の内容
reason,
物とか
who should shun debauchery and show the path of righteousness, which is the duty of all priests, instead they indulge in drunkenness and intoxication. Therefore the apostle says that a bishop may not be a drinker of wine, and parish priests
酔ってる
must
こ
be
とについて
sober.
言う。
And it is written that when a bishop is a drinker of wine, he must be deposed, and a priest who drinks must be punished or deprived of his priesthood.
He's talking about Godwin. For sure he's talking about him. The drunkard.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates. Away with them.
We're fortunate to have our good father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
I say to you, in the words of Jan Hus, he who knows much, let him speak much. He who knows little, let him speak little. Let each speak as much as he knows, and he who knows nothing, let him at least teach his neighbor one virtuous deed by setting him good example and refraining from playing dice and from fornication. And that applies both to priests and to you, brothers and sisters.
That's his conclusion.
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
酔っ払ってもうどんちゃん騒ぎした次の日に、教会で説教してるよ。
ショアーキアキラ流さん、エイメン。
エイメン。
Have you no shame, you pair of buffoons? I'll be writing to the bishop of this. For shame.
Utterly blasphemous.
Can you believe such behavior? For men of the cloth to get drunk at...
そりゃそうだわ。
So, is our deal still on?
Are you pulling my fucking pizzle? I couldn't have done worse myself if I'd puked on the altar.
Well, I'm no preacher.
Yeah, I noticed. And I wasn't the only one.
You can't be serious. After all that?
All what? All you making a complete hash of my sermon? You were supposed to help, not get me into even more trouble. Now I'll have the bishop on my back and all the villagers. Just leave. I need to pull myself together.
And what am I supposed to do?
Find someone else to help you.
This これメインストーリーのサイドだったので。
ビジョンボーンさん、大失敗でござるの巻。
ね。めちゃくちゃ飲んだくれただけやないかい。これどっちかな。どうですか。
ショアーキアキラ流さん、殴り合い、飲み合い、盛り合い。
ほんと。よし。しかもノーヒントになったぞ。執行官に話していこう。
My respects to you.
Godwin won't tell me who Lubosh's cronies were. I've reached a complete standstill.
Don't even mention that so-called priest. He knocked out one of my teeth yesterday, and you were there with him. I ought to clap you in the stocks.
I'll go willingly if you stick Godwin next to me. It'd be worth it just to see him suffer.
I can well imagine. I've already told you, nobody came here to see him. But now it occurs to me, I did hear he was tried in Rattay for some mischief or other. Maybe you can find out something there. The scribe might have made a record of it.
Thanks, Bailiff. I never thought of that.
And let me give you another piece of advice. Don't go boozing with Godwin again. May the Lord watch over you.
くさ。書記官にじゃあ兄か。完全に打足だったね。しかもなんて、ふんだっけなんか忘れたわ、その、人気のその、説教してる人の説教の内容を言ったら全部ゴドウィンのことだわって。ゴドウィンのことだわってなんの、ほんと草。もうちょっと向こうかな。
ビジョンボーンさん、ゴドウィン聞いててよく吐かなかったな。
お前がそのまま言うたやないかって感じだったよね。そのまま言ったらダメだったんだけど。ラッティまで行くのか。それは遠いわ。ここの町かと思ったらラッティだったわ。 入るか、じゃあ。襲われないルートで帰りたいけど。ここにするか。森抜けたくないんだよな、ファストトラベルで。のそのそファストトラベル。あんたサクッと死ぬからな、これ。お、抜けれた。無事帰れたわ。エンカウントしなかったわ。いや、報告に来いとかもやれてたよね。よし。福岡だから突き当たりか。上かな？どこにいるんだ？どこにいるんだ？この上っぽいよな。このゲーム場所が分かりづらいんだよな。結構入り組んだ建物が多いからさ、パッといけないんだよ。ピッチングしないとダメじゃん。
Jesus Christ be praised.
違うな。
セリーさん、こんにちにゃ。
サリーさん、こんにちは。てくれてありがとう。ゆっくりしてね。どこにいるんだ？まだ上かな？この下か？上か？上行ってみるか。こいつか。おい、落ちろ。
Good health to you, sir.
I need to have a look in the Black Chronicle, Friedrich.
And I need blessed relief from my suffering. May the Lord have mercy.
Well, I don't know what I can do for you except bring you a priest.
I'm not dying yet. I just can't get up.
I'm sorry to hear that. But I'm on the trail of those killers from Neuhof, and I need to know the names of the men who were sentenced alongside Limpy Lubosch from Ujitz.
I can't remember. Once I write the record down, it goes straight out of my head.
It's essential that I find out those names. Is there anything I can do to help you get back to work?
I can't go to work when I can't stand on my feet. Konyash the apothecary has an embrocation that helps, but it costs dearly. If you brought me some, it might do the trick.
薬持ってこいって言っていいやん。
Alright, I'll try and get some for you.
God be with you.
それ、不法侵入になる。危な。寝込みを襲って勝手に入るか、関節痛のための薬を持ってきて記録を出してもらうか選べってことだね。何もなかった。これかな？どこだろう？ディーパのヘンリー教って書いてるけど、ヘンリー教って書いてる。意外と長い。やべえ、思ったより何これでなんか分かった？手がかりを追うって書いてるからこれ自分で手がかりとして見ないといけないんだこれはあれだな、軟膏を渡した方が早そうだなしかも読書スキルが低いから微妙にちゃんと読めてないんだよな。軟膏手に入れに行こうなんか思ったよりしっかりと読まないといけないものだったね。薬屋さんに行っちゃダメなのか。この薬屋がぼったくりしてんのか。
My respects to you.
Scribe Friedrich needs the embrocation for his joints.
What, again? He was here not long ago for some. He ought to make it last longer. I told him not to grease himself up so much. It could cause... Ah, the older he gets, the more foolish he is. Well, did he tell you such salvation is costly? Have a look in the shop for yourself.
Good luck to you.
どれですか？クエストアイテム？どれのことだこれか。いや、安いじゃん、別に。こんだけ安いんだったら別にあれだわ。ノックアウトする必要なかったわ。もっと高いんだと思ってたわ。700ぐらいとかすんのかと思ったけど、75ゴールドとか安いじゃん。目覚ましてるかな。 まだ眠っていらっしゃるわ。ぐっすりだわ。待機して起きるの待つか。首が痛い。体が痛いんだよな、めっちゃ。背中とか、首とか、肩とかが痛いんです。
八神進人さん、リングフィットやろう。
リングフィット、やっぱいいのかな。体は確かに動かさんからな、全然。お待ちください、書記官。持ってきましたよ。
Good day to you.
I bought you the embrocation, and you were right, it certainly wasn't cheap.
安かったぞ。
I know, lad. I've been using it for years.
Will you let me have a look at the Black Chronicle?
Well, you helped me, so now I'll help you. Come along and I'll show you our Black Chronicle.
That really is a miraculous ointment. You haven't even rubbed it on and it's already working.
You know how it is. Faith itself is the greatest healer. Just thinking about the relief it will bring makes me feel better. So don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Come along. May the Lord watch over you.
入っても良くなるだけで、入っても良くなるだけですか。お願いします。
The thing is, I
don't know how to read, do you? So what do you need to know?
I'm trying to track down those Neuhoff cutthroats, and I need to find out the names of any cronies of Limpy Lubosh from Ujitz.
Give me a while. May the Lord watch over you.
読んでくれるわ。助かるわ。
What the hell? You're trying to rob me? Pickpocket! Thief!
スリがバレてしまった。待ってくれ、書記官。待ってくれ。
I see a thief! Guard! Guard!
Don't move!
ついスリをしてしまった。
Well, you won't forget.
はい、やれます。
Damn it. Here's your...
You've purged yourself before the... Spread your arms and legs.
八神進人さん、慣れって怖い。
カツだったわ。ちょっとスリのスキルは全然上げてないからな。閉めないでよ。
So did you find any mention of Limpy in the book?
I did. Apart from Lubosh, there's mention of some Anton from Vlashim and Hinek, known as Riki, from Ledechko.
Ledechko? That's a stone's throw from here.
Aye. Certainly closer than Vlashim.
Thanks for your help.
Thank you for that ointment.
スリしたことについて怒ってないな。え？プライベートエリアに侵入していますになってるんだけど。やめてよ。どんどんなんかノイホフ襲撃から話が広がってくね。リキを終え。
ショアーキやキラリュウさん、広がりすぎて、元の話を忘れちゃいそう。
ね。ここに行くらしい。まあ、行ってみますか。どっちだ？その前一回寝るか。夜だしな、もう。
矢神進とさん、むしろゴールに近づいてる気が全くしない。
うん。でも若干パソコンが重たいな。やっぱ気温が低いわ。今日寒い。ご飯は大丈夫かな。腐ってんなパン。
ショアーキやキラリュウさん、この曲好き。
わかる。この曲いいよね。ちょっと寒いから。
ショアーキやキラリュウさん、服で使われてても違和感ない。
確かに。いや、スイッチ版で出たさ、FFCC はなんか、ちょっと残念だったな。で、私なんだっけ。クリスタルクロニクルは、なんだっけな。こうなんとかタイムだっけ。あ、それリンゴフェイドだっけ。なんか別のやつの方が結構ね、よくやったんだよね。あ、こっから上がんのか。ビシェ君のとこ行かないとな、一回。あ、ご飯食べるの忘れた。しまった。
ショアーキやキラリュウさん、エコーズオブタイムかな。
エコーズオブタイムだっけ。ラスボスがずっとなんか時間のループにとらわれるみたいなやつ。 あれのさ、魔法のさ、こう輪っかをさ、移動させて、魔法を重ねがけするみたいなシステムあったじゃん。どこの地点にその魔法を打つかっていうターゲットの輪っかを移動させてさ、でそれをこう重ねることによって、その魔法を重ねられるみたいなシステムがすごい好きでさ、よくやったわ、あれ。いって。
Now we'll have another bout. I won't be robbed of.
普通になんかロープあんなっつって、これ普通に引っかかるんじゃねって思ったら、わかった。
Shit.
まあ、1対1だったら勝てるっしょ。
ショアーキやキラリュウさん、まだ喋ってるでしょ。
でこいつ結構強えな。なんかよくわからんでもついてんだ、あれ。なんだあれ。破滅のポーションの効果。そんなのがあるんだ。あ、クリンチで負けたわ。結構強えな、こいつ。結構やばいぞ。戦略飲めないかな。戦闘中は飲めないか。マジか、強えなこいつ。普通に強えぞ。危ねえ、負けそう。やべえ、負けそうだわ。ヘンディ君強くなっても負けそうだわ。負けた。負けました。あれかな、ポーションの効果が強いのかな。
八神進とさん、フラグ回収。わら。
まあ、さっきセーブしたところだから、そんなに、そんなにいいやけど。いや、強かったね、今のやつ。ロープに引っかかってなんかポーション狂った臭いから、そのせいであれかな、ステータス落ちてたんかな。それか、相手の武器に破滅のポーションが塗ってあったんかな。そんな感じだよね。普通に強かったわ。
ショアーキやキラリュウさん、謎ポーションの効果がわからん。
なんだろうね、多分、名前的に、ドットダメージか、ドットダメージか、ステータス下げるかどっちかじゃないかな。ちょっと、喉飴飲みよう。喉ガラガラだわ。
八神進とさん、のど飴のもう、わら。 コンさん、
いますね。
今度ストーリー進みましたか？
Now we'll have another bout. I won't be robbed of my winnings by some lousy greenhorn. I'll slaughter you.
ニコンちゃんコンクイー。
Take that. Gone weak at the knees, have you?
ストーリーちょっと進んでるよ。
ショアーキや平流さん、走るの早いな。
ね、早いよね。変なとこハマったわ。こいつ強いよなぁ。まあ、防御してたらそんなにあれだけど。来いよ。ひたすら防戦一方。いてー。連日いて。
Oh dear, did that hurt? Not a good move.
相手の武器に塗ってあるな、やっぱ。よし。ちゃんと、これあれだわ。防御しとかないと。がっつり持ってかれるわ。よし、相手に出血入った。今の防御引いてないのかよ。マジか。
You think you're good, do you?
防御しとるやんけ。
セリーさん、やばいにゃ。
よし。喉がって。やばい、だんだん体力下がってるから、やっぱこれ破滅のポーションの効果じゃないかな。どんどん体力下がってくわ。死んだ。攻撃食らうとあれだな。ダメだな。破滅のポーションはドットダメージ臭いな。
魔法少女琥珀さん、こんちゃん。
あっちゃんこんちゃん。ちょくたりがとう。ゆっくりしてってね。そう、絶対あいつぶち殺しちゃうからな。絶対ぶち殺しちゃうからな。最速で行くとあそこにいるのはもう分かってんだよ。
Hey,
よしく邪魔しないでくれ。ご飯食べて。 馬に乗り、いるかな。いますね。
Who's there? What's going on there? What's going on there? What's going on there? You think you can just walk off
Yes.
with my prize?
追ってきてる、追ってきてる。追ってきてる。追ってきてるな。逃げろー。結構ガッツリ走ってくるな。なんだ来ないのか。えへさん助けてえへさんえへさん助けてください。
Put that weapon away before someone gets hurt. What are you playing at with that weapon?
えへさん助けてくれ助けてくれ
No unsheathed weapon.
あれえへさんが助けてくれねえぞ。えへさんえへさんえへさん武器振り回してる人いるんですけど。なんだと助けてくれないだとまずいこれはまずいこれはまずいぞ。
ガンマミニャ。
これはダメだあーえへさんえへさんえへさんおかしくないですか。ういくそくそえへさんに加勢してもらう作戦失敗だったわ。むしろ私が武器出してることに対してめっちゃ怒られたんだけど武器おしまいっつってくそーあいつのつけてるポーションが厄介だな。一発でも食らうと結構しんどくなるからな。どうしたもんか。あの道通んないと今から行くとこ行けねえんだよな。どうしたもんか。衛兵は使い物にならないし。まだ開いてない。 まあ、素直に言って戦って倒すか。味方なんていなかった。ここで日程セーブできんかな。キャンセルしてもセーブされるかな。セーブされないな。ちゃんと寝ないとセーブされないな。ワンチャン時間進めるとあいついなくなる可能性があるんだよな。いやー、衛兵さんが守ってくれないのはちょっと意外だったな。衛兵になすりつけてみんなでボコってもらおう作戦だったけどダメだったな。いるな。
Who's there? What's going on there? Now I'll have another bout. I won't be robbed of my winnings by some lousy greenhorn.
狭い戦いづらいから広いとこ行こう。ちょっと待って。剣出してない。剣出してない。ほら、本当のヘンリー君の剣を見ろ。え、何今の。焦った。見て。ちゃんとカウンター入れてくんのやめてください。ちゃんとカウンター入れてくんのやめてください。ポーション食らっちまったわ。レシック手伝ってくれよ。ちゃんとカウンター入れてくんのやめてください。ちゃんとカウンターしてくんのやめてください。強えな。相手が結構ちゃんとね間合い取ってくるんですよ。今まで戦ったやつより強えわ。ちゃんとカウンターしてくるしね。このクランチで詰めきれない距離をちゃんとね保ってくる。クリンチか。
セリンさん、シュレンニャ。
いや、ほんとぴったりだよ、このおじさん。ポーションがやっぱ強えわ。
1582の777さん、こんばんは。
相手強すぎじゃない？ラクサさんこんばんは。もうポーションの効果でわしは死ぬ。死んだ。強えなこいつ。やべえわ。ワンパン能力も高えし。破滅のポーションの効果でどんどん体力減ってっから、クソ強え。やべえぞ。 もうちょっとマシな装備ないかな。いや、強くなったとはいえ、ボコボコにされますね。矢ももうちょっとマシな矢をつけて、最初に矢でダメージ与えるか。間違えた。いやー、強いなー。強いですねー。よし。リベンジだ。
Think again, fucker.
ビーコンさん、やじ心もとないね。手榴弾欲しい。
手榴弾やばいな。こっちから攻撃せずに簡単に撤出するか。街で戦う。でキュイラスつけてからあれだな。相手のポーションの効果打てなくなったな。鎧をちゃんとつけたら、あれか。簡単に傷を負わなくなるのか。ほら。壁がないと、私の戦い方弱いよね。壁はめだから基本。マジか、今のちゃんとカウントを決めてくんのか。 やるな。届かんかった。危ね。よし。届かん。微妙に届かん。やっぱ壁がないとダメだ。いってー。入った。そしてポーション効果が入ってしまった。いってあ、いい感じにはまってきたんだ。いて。返された。視界が悪いな、そこ。やばい。ポーションの効果入った瞬間にめっちゃ体力いるわ。まずい。反転して自分が壁側に行っちゃった。痛い痛い、そう、連撃強いんだよな。負けましたね、これは。くえー。相手はさ、一回防御ミスったらさ、連撃入んのにさ、こっち連撃してもさ、コンボの初段当てても全部防御されるんだよな。そこの差は何なんだ？くそー。もう一回だ。絶対倒してやる。適応ってなんだ。
Hey, who's there? What's going on there? Hey, who's there? You think you can just walk off with my prize? Think again, fucker.
刺さったな。いや、刺さってんの、あいつに。プルンプルンしてる。矢が刺さってあれだ。相手で出血してるわ。相手がね、出血するとね、能力値が上がるパークつけてるんですよ。もう食らったんだが。今回負けるな。だいぶダメージ食らっちゃったな。メシュクがなんか普通にあれしてるな。見学しとるな。なんでそれカウンターできるんだ。おかしいやろ。なんでクリンチでクリンチで体勢崩してるところにこう一してるのにカウンターちゃんと決めてくるんだよ。おかしいやろ。強えなこいつマジで。いや、やっぱポーションの効果はどちゃくそ強いよね。 何もポーションを持っていないのである。
リステアエモンさん、シキちゃんおはよ、見に来たよ。
あ、シャモンさん、おはよー。てくれてありがとう。今ね、クソ強いね、やっとと戦ってるんだけどね、クソ強いんだよ。めちゃくちゃ強いんだよ、こいつ。
Who's there? Hey! Who? Hey! Hey! Pieces. Gone! Ah!
おっとこれはこれはこれは勝ったのでは。
What's the matter? Come on!
これは勝ったのでは。
Bring it on!
リステアエモンさん、これはひどい。
Now we'll have another bout.
これ勝ったのでは。
ショアキアキラ流さん、迂回しない方が悪い。
二度と逆らうんじゃねえぞ。勝ちました。
リステアエモンさん、これはハメが有効なのがよくわかりましたな。ショアキアキラ流さん、ペッ。
いや、雑魚だったな。雑魚だったな。いやー、ハメ強えな。ハメ普通に強えな。しかも相手の方が装備クソじゃねえか。こっちの方が装備いいの装備してるそう。うん、基本的に相手から奪った装備の方が弱いんだが。これ強えな。さて、使っとくか、あいつのやつ。でもなんか塗ってある。頭装備かっこよくなった。大丈夫かな、頭装備によってね、視界が悪くなったりするんだよね。これマシだね。このね、グランドバシレットっていうのがあるんだけど、これ装備するとね、めちゃくちゃ視界悪くなるんだよ。この、かっこいいけどね、戦闘モードになったらこれになるんだよね。めっちゃ視界狭い。ハメで
ショ
いいな。
アキアキラ流さん、バシネットかっこいい。
かっこいいよね。かっこいいからさ、あれにしようと思ってつけたらさ、戦いづらすぎて、やめた。 んな装備で、あんな強かったな。一応毒塗ってある剣持っとくか。やっとに襲われた時に使うか。武器にやっぱ、なんか強いのは強いね。思いした。
リステアエモンさん、引っ越して倒せるなら、かなり強いやつもいけるのでは、矢があれば。
ね。漆黒のピーターだって。トイレに落としてやろうと思ったけど、落とせんかったわ。はい。便所の中に突っ込んでやろうと思ったけどダメだったわ。なるほどな。ああいう NPC が乗ってこれないところに乗って、それによって倒す。そういうことね。覚えてしまった。このゲームの攻略法を見出してしまったわ。衛兵とかもさ、弓持ってないやつだったらさ、それで倒せるんじゃないの乗って、上から一方的に殴る。ああいうね、待ち伏せてる人がちょいちょいいるんだよね。このゲームのこの道を歩いてると。あいつはほんと強かったけどね。その中でも。こっちだな。ここか。突然ヘンリー君のスタミナなくなってびっくりした今。何しに出て遅刻るんだっけ忘れちゃったわ。あいつと戦うのに必死で忘れたわ。リーキーって人か。それでどっか宿屋で宿を確保しよう。先町。あ、風呂あるよ。
God save. How?
よし。
Is there somewhere I...
Certainly. For how long?
How about if I...
No problem.
Here you are.
You've got it all to yourself.
I'm looking for someone they call Riki.
That's the tanner's son, Hynek.
Where can I find him?
Hard to say. He's not around here much. Thank God for small blessings.
川屋に行けばいいのか。
His folks' place.
What can you tell me about this Hynek?
What can I tell you? No, he's not too popular.
Why not?
Well, I'm not one to gossip, but I heard he keeps bad company.
What's the tanner like, Hinek's father?
The less I see of him, the better. He's not exactly sparkling company.
Why do they call him Riki anyway?
あ、レベル上がった。
Why do you think? Because he's a tanner, of course.
So why don't people like him?
The old tanner's not an easy man. But a son should never let his father down. Hinek does nothing to help. He's always far too busy with his own affairs, though I wouldn't like to say what those are.
And does no one at all talk to him?
That harlot Adela hangs around with him, of course.
Harlot?
She works as a bathhouse wench. Same thing.
なるほど。
May the Lord watch over you.
寝床を確保しました。ここかな？もう各地の宿屋に長期契約してるから、どこ行っても泊まれるね。その浴場の姉ちゃんと喋るか。この人か。違うわ。この人か。
Greetings. What do you need?
I heard you've been seeing Hinek, the tanner's son.
So what? Come to preach at me, have you? That I'm a loose woman, a sinner, that I seduce decent men?
God, no, nothing like that. It's just that you're the only one in the village who sees Hinek, so I came to ask you about him.
Aye, I've seen him often enough. I don't know what I could tell you about him.
Where can I find Hinek?
I haven't seen him in the village for a few days. He must have run off to the woods again.
Does he do that often?
From time to time.
What the hell does he get up to there?
I don't know.
なんかしてそう。
He goes to the woods from time to time. That smells fishy to me.
What do you mean? There's no law against it, is there?
With all the footpads, looters, cumans, and God knows what other vermin around, it's not the sort of thing an honest man would do.
But Hinek doesn't have anything to do with those people.
Oh, really? Then what does he do there? I don't imagine he's gathering mushrooms.
I really don't know what you want from me. So Hinek is a bit odd and sometimes he goes off into the woods. So what?
喋りのスキルが低いか
When
ら。
did you last see him?
A few days ago. He came to me late in the evening, drunk.
And that was unusual?
I never saw him drink much. He always came to me sober.
So he was acting strangely that evening?
He was strange. I had the feeling he was afraid of something. He kept prattling on and didn't seem to care about you know what. So I threw him out and I haven't seen him since.
Can you remember anything he said that evening?
Oh, I'm not sure. He went on about some fellow called Lubosh who died. That he was regretting he ever got into it, but he never said what it was. And that it wasn't worth it for the money. Aye, and then he was talking about the money. That was very odd.
What did he say about the money?
Just that he had a pile of it hidden behind his house.
I see. What did he
な
say
るほ
to
ど
that?。
家の裏を掘ればいいんですね。
He was drunk. He kept saying I was a fine girl and other harlots wouldn't go with him even for money. And if I wanted, I could even take half the money and leave. Or he'd go with me and we could get married and such. Oh, just poppycock.
Did you go there for a look?
No, I've got better things to do. Obviously he made it up. Where would a layabout like him get so much coin?
Yes, I understand. Did he tell you exactly where he hid it?
He said he buried it at his father's small holding in the western
右側
corner.
の角にある小さい畑のところ。
Another thing about the money.
What is it?
一緒か。
Is it true?
What?
Other whores wouldn't go with him even for money.
The other bathhouse girls are honest, so I don't know. The truth is, I felt a bit sorry for him. Folk don't like him, but it's only 'cause his old man is a grouch and a tanner.
I heard they don't like him because he keeps company with villains.
True enough. But they didn't like him before that either. Or me. They're close-minded yokels. Both of us are the black sheep of the village.
There's nothing more between you?
No, nothing. Maybe Hinnick thinks differently, but that's how it goes.
May the Lord watch over you.
お金探しに行こう。何や何とね。
God save.
選択
I'd
肢の
like
中
to make use of the bath.
And what is it you'd like?
Proper bath.
That can be arranged.
Fine.
I'm sure you'll... Good luck then.
おー、すげえ。服めっちゃ綺麗になった。
I'd like to order something here.
Uh-huh.
I need heat.
But of course.
Fine.
I'm sure you'll be... May the Lord watch over you.
ギー3時間かかんのか。意外と時間かかるやんけ。3時間も風呂入んのか。あ、私も入るか。私も湯船に使ってゆっくりしようとして気づけば3、4時間経ってるのはよくあるな。
魔法少女琥珀さん、静香ちゃん並み。
なんかゆっくりしようと思って湯船に浸かり出すとスマホとか持ち込んだり飲み物持ち込んだりしてるから
それ寝とるやんけ。
3、4時間普通に入ってることはよくあるわ。寝てないよ。さて、金を探しに行かないと。あれだよね。
ビジョンボーンさん、スマホ持ち込んだら出る必要がなくなる。
そう。石の畑の角がどうのこうのしててな。シャベル持ってますよ。マジか。あれ、シャベル取らんかったっけこの間。あれかなあっちに直しちゃったかな。宿屋の馬にも落としたんかな。馬にも落としてたわ。で、馬の中に腐ったウサギの肉246個入ってるわ。人んちの畑を 安いな。115だって、何が大金だよ。今17,000持っとるんじゃん。
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
I'm looking for your son. Any idea where he might be?
I don't know nothing.
Don't you at least know where he usually goes? It's important.
Hinek shows up at home once in a blue moon, so I don't know nothing about where he gets to. Even if I did, why would I tell every Tom, Dick, and Harry?
怒らせるなよ。
Listen, your son's in serious trouble. I'm trying to help him, and my patience is wearing extremely thin. If you start answering my questions, this is going to go a lot better for everyone.
Are you threatening me? And I'm supposed to believe you want to help Hinek?
Believe what you like. I'm concerned about Hinek, but I really don't much care what happens to you. Is that clear?
Fuck it. I'm not going to take a beating on account of that good for nothing.
So?
There's not much I can do for you anyway.
暴力で解
Hinek
決。
came here, but he left right away.
Where did he go? You better give me something. You really don't want to waste my time.
Hinek makes some money on the side from poaching. He boasted to me a few times about what a great hideout he found in the woods. But he never told me where it is.
Well, it's not much to go on, but it's better than nothing. Thank you. I'd like to talk to you.
I'm very busy, so make it...
Do you at least know any friends he's with, or someone he goes to see?
As far as I know, nobody here in the village talks to him.
I heard he's seeing some bathhouse wench.
Maybe. He can't get it for free, so I suppose he has to go to the baths.
魔法少女琥珀さん、本当に知
What
ら
can
な
you
そ
tell
うな
me
の
about
に。
the coin
わ
I
ら、
found hidden behind your house?
Coin? What coin? What on earth are you on about?
A pretty pile of groschen nicely stashed away for a rainy day. If I'd known tanning was so lucrative, I'd have switched trades.
I don't know nothing about it.
And I suppose you know nothing about the bloodied gambeson your son hid there too. Of course it would be a shame to throw away such a valuable thing.
Behind my house, you say?
So you really don't know anything about it? Looks like you pulled the wool over your eyes. Still, I'm not surprised he never told you about it, considering how he came by that money.
How did he come by it?
He was paid to raid the Neuhoff stud farm. He and his cronies slaughtered horses, stable boys, and even the owner, Smill.
Jesus Christ, I heard about that. You're saying Hinek was with them?
Almost certainly.
He could have at least told me about the money, the little shit.
Forget about that. Tell me where he is.
All right. He was here a few days ago, but he left right away. He looked like he was in a hurry.
And you don't know where he went?
I've got an idea, but I don't know where it is exactly.
I don't follow.
Hinek makes some money on the side from poaching.
Well, it's not much to go on. Don't you have any clue at all where his hideout could be?
I really don't know nothing about that. I could...
How's that?
Because every time he brought some hides for tanning and money.
He had money because he sold the stuff right away?
I suppose. He never kept any of his loot here.
Do you know who he sold it to?
No. But the innkeeper came here now and again and gave him coin. Of course, it could have been for me.
All right. I'll ask at the inn then. What more do you know?
Nothing. I swear to God Almighty, I've said all I know. Hinek never told me nothing.
Bloody hell. Start using your head or I'll never find him. How much time did he spend away? What was he wearing? How did he look when he came back? Anything?
When he came and went at all sorts of hours. I really don't know. Except maybe
魔
one
法
thing.
少女琥珀さん、
Come home
平行線
scratched with brambles and with leaves and muck on him.
So he probably went through thick woods to get to that place.
I reckon. What do I know? Go. And if he's really in as much shit as you say, please try and find him.
じゃあ行くか。いやー、でも大変だね。そんな息子持った父ちゃんも。 こんなわけのわからん悪人上がりのお役人にボロクソに聞かれるっていうね何も知らんっちってんのにボロクソに聞かれるからな
I'm honored that a knight such as you.
I want to ask about the courier's son, Hinnock.
But ask someone else. They've nothing to do with Riki. He'd only drive my customers away.
Here.
Really?
Enjoy it.
I heard a different story. I heard the two of you do business together.
Who are you, anyway?
A friend of Hinnock's. He's gone missing and I need to find him.
I don't know where he is. But if you find the bastard, tell him he still owes me some goods.
どうすか嘘につき合う時間はない
I've no time for this. I have to find Hinnock and you're gonna help
手
me.
伝い
Am I now? Even if I did know, why the hell would I help you?
This is a nice alehouse you have here. It would be a shame if anything happened to it.
Are you threatening me?
What do you think? So are you gonna talk, or do I have to beat it out of you?
Fine. Let's get to the point then.
評判下がってるんだけど
Well, there's a will, there's a way.
I did some deals with Riki, but I swear to God, I don't know
脅
where he
す
is.
と評判下がるね
I hear Hinnock has a hideout in the woods he uses for hunting game. Do you know where it is?
Not exactly. That is, I don't know where it is at all.
But
I happen to know it's a dark place, a cave or an old mine shaft.
How do you know that?
Whenever Riki was going poaching, he always came to me first for candles and lamp oil. He brought the game skinned
魔
and
法
cut
少
it,
女琥珀
so
さん
he had
い
to
ろん
have
な
a
と
light
ころ
for
で
that.
恨み買ってそう
ね
How much game did he bring you?
Not much, a few pieces.
絶対有
No
名にな
great
ってるよ
demand
ね
here. Sometimes the gentry has something, otherwise it ends up in sausages.
And do you know of any mine shafts nearby?
There's a few of them around. There's one on the opposite bank, a short way off the path leading from the forge to the west. Then there's a mine gallery to the east of the village, up in the woods above the cliffs. And I heard there's one shaft on the headland close to the water.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Watch you don't break your neck, though. It's rough ground, and you could easily fall down a shaft. Take care now.
なんか複数あったね一旦セーブしようあれセーブされたかな間違え取っちゃったラッティのラッティに所属してる騎士なのになぜかタルンベルクの服を着てる暴力的な若造が出てすごい有名になってそうだわなんだ注文してただけかなどれかに行く感じかどうしようかな C から行ってみるかでも距離的には B が一番近いよないいから行ってみるか。どの辺だもうちょっと行ったところか 行動とかに入んの初めてじゃないかな。このゲームをやり始めて。これか？終わってんぞ。閉まってるが。こうじゃなかったってことね。C 行くか。やばい。スタックする。変に茂みを飛び越えるとスタックしてしまう。川だなぁ。川渡れるかなぁ。
It's too deep here.
ダメらしい。川を渡れるところがないのでは。パッチャパッチャ。川を渡れません。渡れるな。馬使いが荒いなって馬に思われてそう。こいつ馬使い荒いなみたいな今までこんな荒いやつ見たことねえわみたいな思われてそうだわ。これか。ここもしめじが生えてる。ここでもないってことか？結局、ここに行かないといけないんかい。ちょっとファストトラベルで、デチコに戻るか。押されませんように。あ、いててててて。背中痛。真面目にキングヒットアドベンチャーを買う方がいいのでは感はあるな。肉や。お肉食べたーい。登れん。ちょっとしたところが登れん。お寿司食べたーい。ここか。すごい傾斜だな。登れんのかなやべ、茂みがあって登れん。登れた。
魔法少女琥珀さん、お腹減ってきた。
この傾斜は登れないらしい。 すごいな。岩山じゃん。どっから入ればいいんだこれ。一体。この川沿い行くか。これは馬じゃなくて歩いていくしかなさそうね。ラッティの森。ここラッティの森なの。だいぶ遠いぞ、ラッティから。すごいな。こんなに傾斜の強いタイプの森は初めてだな。この山っぽいところあったんだな。この辺だぞ。なんか音がする。何の音だろうこれ。何これ、熊よけ？熊よけかなんかかな。回転して勝手にね、音鳴るようになってるね。ずれてるけど。なんだろうね。なんか動物よけっぽいよね。なんか木こりのおじさんでもいるかと思って見に行ってみたけど、全然関係なかったわ。ここは、あ、川とか置いてありますね。洞窟とか入るの初めてだなぁ。あ、ムーピーだ。
Jesus Christ, what am I to do? Not that I can expect any useful advice from you. At least, you've no more cares.
Need someone to talk to?
Fuck! Don't kill me. I can explain. I won't tell anyone. I swear, I've no one to tell anyway. Just please don't kill me.
I'm not planning to kill you.
You're not one of Runt's men?
No.
Then who are you?
ラントって誰だろう？
I come here in the name of Sir Radzig Kabila and Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the raid on the Neuhof stud farm.
Got no idea what you're on about.
Save your breath. If you want any chance to escape the gallows, you better come clean, all right?
Jesus Christ. This will never be over.
So?
Fine then.
That Neuhof raid of yours didn't turn out quite as planned, did it?
Depends on whose plan you're talking about. We were up to it to grab some loot and bugger off. Only Runt's cutthroats was there to shed blood.
What do you mean, Runt's cutthroats?
There were two gangs there, mine and Runt's. We was only there to steal, but they wanted to slaughter everyone.
But when you realised what they had in mind, you didn't have to go along with it, did you?
But we didn't know nothing, even though we were going to Neuhof. They told us to keep watch on the courtyard while they were cutting the horses' throats. Jesus, that fucking vexed me. Their horses was the most valuable thing there. When I spoke up, though, Runt gave me such a bollocking I knew I'd better keep my mouth shut. And when they said we was going to kill anything that moved, then we knew there was no going back.
That gang of yours, what can you tell me about them?
Don't know what you want to know. There was 4 of us. Me, Timmy, Limpy Lubosh, and Pius Pava. Sometimes we'd rob a place or hold up pilgrims. Never nothing fancy.
I'm sure you did mischief enough. Who led you?
Pius. He was the oldest, and he'd mostly find the jobs for us. Plan them and the like. He got us into that fucking mess in Neuhof, too.
What about the others?
Timmy's strong as an ox, with a brain to match.
悪いことしてんな、
You
こい
got
つら
more
も。
sense out of a fence post. And Limpy. I've been with him the longest. He's my one and only friend, I suppose.
Who got your 2 gangs together? You must have made contact somehow, right?
Pius. He comes to us and says he's got this prime job. We're gonna rob a farm, he says. That was a big deal, because mostly we just did small stuff. Hold up on the road now and then, nothing fancy. When they told us how much we could make on it, well, we just couldn't refuse.
So Pius knew them?
I suppose, but I don't know where from. We even got paid up front. I should have known from the start it was too good to be true.
Where did the rest of your gang end up?
You saw Limpy, right?
Yes, but he's no use to me now. Tell me where I can find Pius or Timmy.
I don't know nothing about Pius. He vanished in the woods, and I haven't seen him since. Timmy, I reckon, went back to the mill where he works.
Which mill?
The windmill a bit north of Neuhof.
なるほど。
Did you know any of Runt's people?
Not a one. They didn't talk to us at all. None of their faces was familiar either. The only thing I know is they called that huge chief of theirs Runt, and Pius warned us to watch out for him.
I don't suppose you know where they got to after the raid?
On the way to Neuhof, Timmy told me he was at their camp with Pius. I reckon that's where they've gone now.
Did Timmy tell you where the camp is?
Somewhere in the woods. He didn't say nothing more.
急に
Thing
ヘン
is,
リーがめっ
Timmy's
ちゃ
got
敬語にな
quite
る
an
の。
imagination. But Pius roared at him to shut it, so I reckon there must be something in it.
Tell me exactly how the raid went down.
Well, we stormed in from the rear. Runt's people started slaughtering the horses. Jesus, that was bleeding horrible. Meanwhile, me and Limpy had a sniff round the stables to see if we could find anything worth pilfering. And in the end, we got lucky.
What did you find?
Smill, Sir Hanish's groom. I don't know why he was up and what he was doing in the stables, but we took advantage of the situation. Limpy grabs him by the throat and I slapped him round to encourage him to tell us where the money was. Then it all fell apart at the seams. Quicker than you'd believe. Runt comes running up and skewers the groom like a pig for roasting. My jaw dropped. I thought the stuff about killing was just tough talk.
And it wasn't?
No,
すごい
not in the
な。
least.
What happened then?
I'm gaping at Smill, stuck through and through, and I noticed this boy standing at the other end of the stables. The stupid sods pointing at us, jaw hanging down to his knees, saying, "I know you." Runt turns to us and hisses, "Take him down." So me and Lubosh start running, because the lad took to his heels. At the same time, we could hear the noise of the skirmish in the courtyard. We caught up with the boy at the next farmhouse. I knock him to the ground, but he bashes me with some piece of iron so hard my head's ringing like a fucking church bell. Limpy grabs it off him and stands over him with his bodkin in his hand, and I start praying. In the end, Limpy just gives him a kick and says, "Beat it, Ginger." And then Rudd shows up at the gate and hollers that we gotta go, so we scarp it.
What happened after the raid?
We were waiting for that fool, Timmy. Same place as we met them before, so he'd know where we were, right? Stupid fucking idea. But Pius didn't want to leave him behind. Only when Timmy finally turned up, 2 of Runt's men were dragging him.
There was some difference of opinion.
You could say that, yeah. They started on us right away that we were traitors. They knew we'd let somebody get away, and now we were going to pay for it. They started trying to surround us, and we knew what was coming. But Limpy took his bodkin and let that fucker have it in the belly.
Runt?
One of the others. Timmy broke free from them, and we all took to our heels. Luckily, they were so buggered from the raid, they didn't follow us for long. They just shouted that they'd find us.
あの時死んだ、殺したあれか。盗賊みたいなやつらか。
So now what do I do with you?
Well?
Hey, over here! It's up here. Shh.
誰か来る。
Oh shit. Runs people. We've got to get out of here.
They're too close. We'll never outrun them.
Fuck.
At least they don't know I'm here. The 2 of us can take them by surprise.
No fucking way. I'm gone.
Look here. If you run, they'll catch up with you and kill you. And me too. Together, we stand a better chance.
Jesus Christ. All right. I suppose you're
インディ
right.
君たくましくなったな、こう思うと。
ビジョンボーンさん、1人よりも2人。
1人よりも2人。
What's that? Hey, what are you doing here? Tired of life, are you?
アーサーさん、こんばんは。
こんばんは。
Boa, yeah.
あったんさん、こんばんは。来てくれてありがとう。ほら。後ろ向いてんじゃねえよ。ほら。ほら。
八神進人さん、ただこの表情である。
ちゃんととどめを刺す。インディ君。
アータンさん、チクチクしてる。
I've got some more questions.
What?
Who is this runt? What does he look like? Do you know anything about him?
魔法少女琥珀さん、テネルの所業。
But he's massive and scary as hell.
雑魚だったよ
Even
ね、
his
さっ
own
きの
men are afraid of him.
あいつ
Did
に
you
比べ
notice
た
what
ら。
his sword looked like?
No, it was just
さ
a
っきの道
regular
端で
sword.
待ってたやつと、
Why do
弱
you
さ
ask?
強すぎたせい
I
で。
think I once had the doubtful honor of meeting
拍
that
子抜きだ。
bastard, and he has something that doesn't belong to him. You're coming with me. Sir Radzig and Sir Hanush will want to hear what you've got to say.
Don't suppose there's any chance you might turn a blind eye.
Why should I?
I didn't do nothing all that bad, and I told you everything I know. You can tell them yourself, and leave me here. And in a few weeks, I'll pack up and clear off.
だって連行する。
Nothing bad. How many people were screaming at Neuhof? Half the stables are burnt down.
I didn't kill no one, and I didn't start no fire neither.
But you had a hand in it, and you wanted to rob them. You could have warned them.
I'm no saint, but surely I don't deserve to hang for that. It was them others.
I don't give a tinker's curse. You were there, you didn't warn
Yo,
anyone,
what?
and you helped those murderers, even if it was only for a while. You're going to Ratai with me.
You're condemning me to death. You know that, don't you?
Maybe Sir Hanush will have mercy on you. You've had the devil's own luck so far.
あ、先に剥ぎ取ればよかった。 牢屋に入ってるわ。今のやつ。ラッテイまで戻ってきちゃうのか。先にあいつらの装備はげばよかった。あいつらの装備入ってから話しかければよかった。戻っていっちゃった。くそーくそー遠いよ。この辺だったもんな、さっき。今から取りに行ってもなーっていう距離だし、諦めるしかねえか。しかもな、レデチコだから、この辺か。ここのあたりだな。行けなくはないけどって感じだけどな。しまった。勝手に進行して戻ることになるとは思わんかった。何しようと思ったんだっけ。何しようと思ったんだったかな。忘れちゃった。忘れちゃったわ。何しようと思ったか忘れたから時間的にもちょうどいいのでこの辺で終わりたいと思います。この後21時から琥珀ちゃんと一緒にアイスクライマーのタッグマッチコラボ大会の練習を配信でやりますので、この後ツイッターでも告知しますので見てください。ということで、ご視聴ありがとうございました。また、後でお会いいたしましょう。頑張るぞーい。ということで、お疲れ様でした。
セリーさん、お疲れ様でした
また
よ。
ね
アータンさん、お疲れ様でした。練習頑張です。
ありがとう。ということで、またお会いいたしましょう。バイバイ。またねー。